Alright, so today we are going to just talk about full strokes. It's going to be the basic stroke that's going to lead to every other thing that you're going to be doing. So we're going to first start just make sure it's loosen up a little bit. So just kind of sit like you would. Just kind of let your hands by your side and just kind of shake them out. Let them just kind of go loose like you would normally. And then just kind of bend from the elbows, but let your hands still be limp. So if I were to do this, your hand should still kind of drop down, but you still have support. Right. Looks pretty good. All right, so just go ahead and pick them up. Pick up the sticks. And just hold them. We'll see how, look. It's actually pretty natural already, which is great. You know, we'll talk a little bit more about that right now, but I don't want to confuse you. So it looks good so far. So let's just, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Left-handed.
Left-handed? Okay, so we'll just go with your dominant hand. Just hit it. You want to focus most of the time right in the center of the head, or in this case kind of pad we're playing, and just work on trying to get the stick to come back as far as you can. Come back all the way up. It can even come further past than a right angle. Up is good, but most of the time it's fine if it comes back further. You're just trying to focus on getting as much rebound as you can. Looks pretty good. How's that feel? Feel natural or a little awkward?
A little weird.
A little weird? It will, especially at first. It looks like you got a pretty good grip on the stick. Let's try the other hand. See how that goes. Same thing, just kind of, you don't want to grip it too tight, but just what you got looks really good so far. Kind of really natural. So just in the middle again, just kind of work on getting a little bounce. Yeah, it looks good. Does that one feel even worse?
Yeah.
The funny thing is that it looks a little better than the other one,
really?
which is unusual sometimes because you're probably not thinking about it too much. It's just kind of the weak hand. Looks good. Keep going. Just want to check something real quick. Let's go back to the left hand. Let's start do that one again. Because that one started to kind of go a little funny towards the end.
Yeah.
So right down. Alright, try and do more with just pivoting from your wrist. It looks like your elbow is kind of moving up a little bit when you do it, which is okay. But for now, we just want to kind of focus on just letting most of it. Yeah. You're getting a good rebound, which is exactly what you want. Your grip is pretty perfect actually. You've got the fulcrum, which is going to be like the teeter-totter, where your pivot point is going to be on this like first knuckle there, which is what you're doing, which is great. Your thumb's on top, so you can technically do this just with these two fingers. Still get just as much bounce, but that's where your stick's pivoting. But we want to keep these fingers
on there just for control.
Just on people. We don't want them to be too tight like this, because then you have no pivot point.
Right.
They want to be they don't want to be off like this either, like the fancy tea drinking. Totally. You want to kind of keep them on there just for support, but most of it is going to come from your wrist and from here. So you could do it without moving your wrist much, but you kind of want to use a little bit of wrist, but most of it is just coming from throwing the stick down and letting it bounce back. So you should feel a lot of rebound. Kind of like bouncing a ball.
Totally.
Looks pretty good. Looks really natural. Looks like that hand's doing well. Let's go back to your right hand now. Go back to the weak one. So I'll do my left, since that's my weak one for this hand. Okay, it looks like you're doing like almost sideways. Try and keep
it out more?
Yeah, try and keep almost like the top of your hand would be up, like this. So you want to, so from this hand it should look like, so when you're down, your hand is your palm is hitting the floor.
Okay.
Down. But you want to, when you come up, you kind of twist a little. That looks a little better. Yeah.
So it's always kind of like...
Yeah, so you want to, so when, like natural would look kind of like this from just kind of sitting. Your sticks would be kind of loose. You've got a gap in your hand right here, which you're doing really well. I'm not going to say anything because you're kind of doing it already. Okay. Your hand's flat on the top, and then you just kind of... Yeah, let's do it together. Actually, that's a good idea. This is that we got, I don't know, and this is like mirroring. Sometimes if one hand is weak, if you do it with the stronger hand, it kind of naturally tends to pick up on.
Totally.
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, cool. Let's actually do that next. We're gonna go into some alternating strokes. So let's do we'll do 8 on our right hand, and this isn't gonna be with a click track or anything right now. We'll just do, out of time. It doesn't have to be straight. The more important thing is just making sure the stroke's good. So we'll do 8 on the right hand. Actually, no, let's do 8 on the left hand first. We'll go with your dominant hand. So 8 on the left hand, and then we'll switch over and do 8 on the right hand.
Okay. And
And then we'll stop after that and then try something else.
Cool.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8, right hand. Cool, looks good. Try throwing your right hand down with a little bit more force. Don't be afraid. There you go, that looks better. You wanna, if you throw, the more you throw down, the easier it's gonna be, yeah.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Cool.
Let's do that same thing again. We'll lead with the left. We'll go with the right. We'll do 8 on the left, and then 8 on the right. And just make sure that you really, you can throw it down. Don't be afraid to hit it.
Cool.
Because you're gonna get a lot more rebound that way.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. Cool. How's that feel? Does that feel a little better?
Much better.
Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, just don't, you don't have to be afraid to just whip it into this, just, when this comes back, it should feel great. Okay, let's try. We'll do, start again with the left, we'll do 8, and then we'll do 8th notes, so we double fast. So I'll lead with my right, I'll just show you for now. So it'll be like this. Twice as fast.
Cool.
Sound good? Try that, see how that feels? Alright, so you can lead with your left, I'm going to lead with my right since that's my dominant hand. So we'll do 8 on the hand, and then we'll do alternating for the same for 8.
Okay.
Actually it'll be 16 because it'll be the same
Right.
time. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, looks good. You're kind of going back to moving your elbows just a little bit, which is fine. So we'll go back, we'll just go back one more notch and we'll take it just, we'll just do 8 on the hand again. Start with your left hand and we'll just work on keeping your elbow down and your wrist going. We'll see how that feels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you kind of keep your palm down a little bit. There you go. Looks good. You're kind of doing this like rotating thing, which is it's all right. We'll just let's go back to just doing 2 at a time, just kind of the image, and see what we can do. See that right there looks good. You're not moving your elbows much, but you're still moving your wrist. Try throwing them down just a little bit harder from this position. You get some rebound on it. How's that feel? A little better?
Better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going on this.
Locking in my
Yeah.
elbows.
I mean, you can definitely, you'll be moving elbows later, but for now we just kind of want to, let's just keep going on this for a little while so you can kind of just get used to feeling it. A little bit more force again. There you go. You're kind of getting comfortable comfortable and wind it a little bit. Yeah, it looks really good. That's good. Let's go back to, let's do 8 on the hand again.
Right.
And then we'll go alternating and see if we can kind of keep elbows down and then just kind of go from the wrist. And don't be afraid again to kind of give a little, there you go.
Whack it.
All right, so we'll start with our left, go 8 on the right, and then we'll do alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, looks good. Let me just check our time, see where we're at.
Sure.
Alright, we're actually out of time, so let's just go over some things real quick for you to practice so you can review. So when you come back next week, we can, see where we're at and then go from there. So,
Okay.
points to keep in mind. Grip, which you're doing really well on, so just do exactly what you're doing now. Just make sure you're holding between this fulcrum where your teeter-totter is, and then staying loose and making sure your fingers stay on in the back, and just make sure that you've got space here. So you should be able to put another stick in there. And if this
Gotcha.
is too tight, so that's a good thing to do.
Cool.
Always hit in the center. That's going to give you the most rebound. And just make sure that you throw it down with enough force that it comes straight back up. And then, you can work on alternating like you want. You can work on the mirror image. And then just make sure that you keep your elbow down and go mostly from the wrist. If you do that, you can work on, whatever sort of patterns you want, as long as you're keeping wrist, elbow down, wrist kind of straight,
Okay.
top of the hand up, palm down, and just bending from here and just getting force.
Cool.
All right, good job.
Thanks.